talking about the different rasa. Mahaprabhu asked questions, and Ramananda Raya answered about the different stages, different levels of devotion and rasas, leelas. Ramananda Raya's composition gave a hint about the divine appearance of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, in which both Radha and Govinda are combined. So he explained the relation of Srimati Radharani to Krishna. So we should show our highest reverence to this highest ideal of devotional service. So he explained, not here, but about the highest divine love and relation to Krishna. Then after this, Mahaprabhu asked the last question. Came from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Can you think of anything more than this? Then Ramananda Raya said, you ask me to quote scripture to support whatever I say. But here, I won't be able to quote scriptures from anywhere. So he could not, there was no scriptures there. He could explain what is above this even. Then he says, still I have a new feeling within me. If you would like to know that, I can explain it to you. In this way, one song was composed by Ramananda Raya. He introduces this song by saying, whatever or not it will be pleasing to you, I do not know, but it seems to me that there is a stage which is even better than meeting of Radha and Govinda. There is a stage where both of them, the positive and the negative, are combined. No individual consciousness is clear. So Radha and Govinda becoming one when Mahaprabhu appeared in this world. There is a stage where both of them, the positive and the negative, are combined. No individual consciousness is clear. So they are one, and in the same time they are different. And one is searching another in self-forgetfulness. This searching of one body by the other is very strong and intense. This seems to be a more highly elevated love. It means union in separation. So with this feeling Mahaprabhu experienced. He's come Lord Chaitanya, but Radha is also there. So they are one, but he could not, he did not know. There is, he experienced, even there together, Mahaprabhu experienced union in separation. So Radha and Govinda are so intense in their search for one another that even they have no consciousness of whether they have each other. They have each other. So they felt separation, but they were practically one in Mahaprabhu's presence. They were present there. Radharani was always there. They have each other. Radharani sometimes experienced that even while Krishna is present before her, she fears losing him. That feeling becomes as intense as if she has lost him. They are together, but the apprehension that one may lose the other makes their meeting intolerably painful. Just as a mother is always alert about the safety of her son, Anishta Sankini Bandhuritayani Pavandihi. A mother thinks, oh, my son is out. Is he in an accident? This fear of separation is a symptom of deep love. So Ramananda Raya's composition gave a hint about the divine appearance of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, in which, because Mahaprabhu did never reveal he is Krishna, he revealed sometimes, but only to very rare of his devotees. And then afterwards he behaved like ordinary man. Gave hint about the divine appearance of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, in which both Radha and Govinda are combined. And it is as if they are unconscious of their separate existence. So one is searching the other. Krishna himself is overflowing with the feeling of Radharani. And they are so deeply embraced that one is lost in the other. Then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu put his palm over the mouth of Ramananda Raya and told him, no further. He should not speak anything anymore further on this topic. He put his palm over the mouth of Ramananda Raya and told him, no further. Azaraj Mahabhava Duida Ekarupa. Lord Sri Krishna is the fountainhead of all pleasure. And Srimati Radharani is the embodiment of ecstatic love of Godhead. These two forms are united as one in Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu replied, oh, because you are a 100% devotee, wherever you cast your glance, you see only Krishna, nothing else. The object of your interest is represented everywhere. Ramananda Raya said, my Lord, don't deceive me in this way. You have come here so graciously. You purify this mean person. And if you acted diplomatically now, it will not look well for you. I won't hear what you say. Come out with your real position. Who are you? Mahaprabhu said, by dint of your loving devotion, you can know everything in this world. Nothing can be concealed from your loving eye. Premanjana Jurita Bhakti Vilojanena. Then Mahaprabhu revealed himself. When you see me to be externally of a golden color, it is not so. It is by the touch of the color of Radharani. And who can Radharani touch and closely embrace? She will never touch anyone except Krishna. So now you know who I am. Rasa Raja, ecstasy himself, Mahaprabhu, the one who can taste the highest rasa. See how they mingle together. So actually Mahaprabhu is Krishna. And Krishna is blackish, Shyam. But because you see Mahaprabhu say to Raya Ramananda, you see only golden color. And this is Radharani. Ramananda Raya fainted and fell flat on the floor. He could not keep his senses. Then by the touch of his hand, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again brought him to his senses. Ramananda returned to his previous stage of consciousness and saw a sannyasi sitting before him. After a short pause, Mahaprabhu said, "Remain here, I am going." Afterwards, Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had some other talks. And Mahaprabhu said, "Ramananda, as long as I live, I want your company." Ramananda replied, "Yes, I must take shelter of your divine feet and live there for the rest of my life." So Ramananda later made arrangement with the king of Orissa to retire from his post as the governor of Madras and came to Jagannath Puri. For almost 2 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wandered about the holy places of southern and western India, and at last returned to Puri. There they again met. So after this, Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan, to Bengal. 6 years passed, and Advaita Prabhu almost gave leave to Mahaprabhu, saying, "Our pastime of introducing the chanting of Hare Krishna are finished." Then Mahaprabhu continuously showed Radharani's mood of tasting Krishna Prem. Ecstatic love of Krishna for 12 years. Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Raya, who are Lalita and Vishaka. The two principal gopi assistants of Radharani. Were Mahaprabhu's most important company during that time. There are so many things about the deep feelings of divine love have been shown. It has never been found in the history of the world, or even expressed in any scripture, how such intense love within can produce such corresponding symptoms on the surface. It was shown by Radharani and later shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was shown by Mahaprabhu in his practices also, how Krishna, prema, love of Krishna, can play a man like a doll. Sometimes his legs and hands would enter inconveniently in his body. Sometimes his joints would disconnect and his central body would appear elongated. Sometimes his whole body would become white. He would lay unconscious, breathing so slowly that his breath could not be traced. In this way he exhibited many amazing symptoms of ecstasy. Swarup Damodar, the personal secretary of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, has explained the meaning of his appearance in his memoirs, which were recorded in Chaitanya Charitamrita of Kaviraj Goswami. He writes, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikitilarani Shakti Asma Dekha Egatma Nava Vipuvya Bhuradeha Pitam Gata Udo Chaitanya Kyam Bhagatam Vatunantvayam Chaikyam Abtam Radha Bhavajuta Svaritam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Sometimes Radha and Krishna are combined. Sometimes they are separated. They are separate in Dwapara Yuga. And in Kali Yuga they are combined as Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Both are eternal expressions of the same absolute truth. Summer, autumn, winter, spring continue in a circle order. It cannot be said that summer is the beginning and winter comes later. So the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna are eternally being enacted in ancient times. Sometimes Radha and Krishna divided themselves and showed their pastimes again. Both of them, the potency and the honor of the potency, are combined and closely embraced as Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So the predominating and the predominated moiety are mixed. And then extraordinary ecstatic feeling is there. Krishna is overpowered by his potency. And he himself is searching after his own self. Krishnasya yat manushandhana. Krishna himself is engaged in the search for Sri Krishna. Reality, the beautiful. The influence of Radharani over Krishna has transformed him into a devotee. And he is searching himself. So sweetness is tasting itself and becoming mad. And it is living sweetness, not death or static, but dynamic ecstasy. Sweetness endowed with life, and he is tasting himself. The personification of happiness, ecstasy and beauty, and dancing in madness. And this performance of kirtan means distributing the ecstasy to others. The ultimate sweetness of Ananda is such that no other thing exists that can taste itself and express its own happiness with such intensity. I have described Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu in the Premadharma Steva Stottam. Atmasthita Savalila Bhunas Sakhya Lakshanam Sanupavamata Nitya Kirtanatma Vandanam Atvayaika Lakshya Abhuna Tattva Purad Param Premadam Deva Eva Naumi Goda Sundaram. So the highest conception of the absolute truth must also be the highest form of Ananda. Ananda, ecstasy. So Mahaprabhu's dancing indicates that he is full of ecstasy, and his kirtan is distribution of that rasa. So if we scientifically search out who Mahaprabhu is, we cannot but find that he is the ultimate reality. He is mad in tasting his own internal nectar, and his dancing is the outcome of his transcendental ecstasy. And he is chanting, distributing that to others. So studying quite closely the character of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot but think that he is the supreme absolute truth in its fullest and most dynamic expression. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. How beautiful he is explaining this. Not could you follow? Chaitanya. Yes, any question on this topic? You can explain your experience with moving in a plane where this cannot be experienced now, because we are controlled by the external energy. The internal energy is not discovered. We have not understood, realized. We have some 10 minutes or something like this more. If you would agree, we could in the same mood hear some very nice and the part of dedication also from Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. He is telling a story. During the time of my Guru Maharaj, there were many who did not take sannyas. They renounced order. Later on, however, they found they could go more swiftly towards the goal by taking sannyas. To take sannyas means to take a risk. To take a risk means to make further progress. One who takes risks is prepared for further progress. So should we remain in the same position we held in the time of Guru Maharaja? Should we remain in that position? Or is it more desirable for us to try for perfect progress? If we choose to make advancement, we will have so many new insights and reject so many of the old. According to our progress, devotees cannot but see that some things are to be kept back, and others to be invited to the forefront. This is what it means to get nearer, to make progress. We should have some sort of approximate knowledge of what is good, what is bad, what is Krishna, what is non-Krishna. And that will be realized more and more. Or I could not detect this, but now I feel that this is also a valuable point in the light of the Krishna conception. In this way, realization and advancement come. But one should not leave his former position without being sure of his progress. Swadharma nidham shriya paradharma payavad. We must not take risk for something that is not our own. But when we find that it is indeed our own, even though it may be a little far, we must take the leap. We will sing, my inner hankering has been searching for that thing alone. Now it is within my reach, so I must take it. All the householders, please, you close your eyes, your ears. Oh, there's only householders here, one sannyasi. Rohini is also like sannyasi. It all depends on our sincerity and proper understanding. Nahi kalyanikrit kaschit dugatim dada gotjati. Sometimes we may fall down, but we will be able to understand that lower things are not desirable. We will think, these desires are hunting me. For the time being, they have even captured me. But after a while, they will vanish. When they do, we will think of what suddenly came and overpowered me. My real self-interest has been hampered. I must not allow myself to be affected by them again. I must be very alert. In this way, sometimes the lower propensities may get the upper hand, so we go backwards. Sometimes we may go forward. We are always in the midst of battle. We are soldiers, always fighting for progress. So progress is a living thing. Progress means elimination of old things and acceptance of new. Progress means a living new experience. Bhakti parishanu bhavo viraktyananyatvat ja. Bhagavatam is said. When we are hungry, we are weak. By every morsel eaten we feel satisfaction. The desire for eating diminishes. Weakness is removed, and the discomfort of hunger is also removed through eating morsel by morsel. With every step we shall have to feel whether we are making any progress. Bhakti pareshanu bhavo virakya yatta jaisa kakala prabhanyamanyasya yadasnarthasyus dushtibustikshut papayonukasham. Any question? Concentration. Oh, Prahlad, okay. Close. Oh. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe. Prahlad should also hear and sit, even if he doesn't understand. He lives in a different world. So devotion, direct experience of the Supreme Lord, and detachment from other things. These three occur simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is there any question? I say that the attention is not difficult to keep the attention. Some what? You have question? Of course, we will realize step by step. But we will also realize, realization means, spiritual realization means, I understand that I have nothing understood. And but in the same time, this realization is the qualification that we can go forward. If someone comes, and say, I know better and I know what is right and what is wrong, and he cannot hear, because he is like a net, or a wall around him, and the essence cannot enter the real thing. What is this wall? What is this wall? I am right. So when you realize, actually, I have not understood, I am wrong. I am ignorant about what is spiritual understanding. Then the door will open and our heart will also open. It will not be the attachments. You will doubt, that this is right, what I am doing. Like this, it goes. And also then one day you will see this many external desire I have now, they will vanish, you will lose a taste. Like when you are taking prasad, strict on your prasad, and offer to Lord, or not eating this dead body's corpse. You will lose the taste for this. When you come in the street, you see there's McDonald's, you don't have to change and have to go to the other side of the street so that you not get attached. Then you are not disturbed, and you lose the taste. Because you got some higher understanding. But it is, we have to become completely the devotion must increase, or I must open my heart. And otherwise this cannot enter, you know. If I build a wall around me, then I'm there, and I met devotees who are 50, 60 years in movement, but their realization is zero almost. They are running for money, they are running for what everybody runs in this world for. But real understanding is that we are losing taste for this external plane because it is painful. It is harming us. It is. But we think, I will find my happiness in this world. And good luck. We are forgetting all these things, that it is not a place, we are not at home here. It's a temporary place. We are just visitors and identifying with whatever is surrounding us. So devotion, direct experience of the Supreme Lord, and detachment from other things, these three occur simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if one gives surrender means, may whatever my Lord may arrange, I surrender to this. I'm giving up to fight against him or run for my personal interest. No, surrender means, my Lord, I tried it so millions of life. I tried it. And I still here, and I try. And it will not work, and I will come again. But I want to get out, I want to come back, I want to go back home. We have to understand that this is not our real home here. It's temporary. But still we are so attached to so many things here. This is material world. So, for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Person of God, in the same way that pleasure, nourishment, and relief from hunger come simultaneously, and increasingly with each bite for a person engaged in eating. It's like this, you know, if you are hungry, but you eat, let's say prasadam now, it's just an example. Every bite, we will experience pleasure, nourishment, and relief from hunger. Because why we in the material world, we are hungry for enjoying this world here. But in your experience some transcendental, if you get some experience of, then you will turn your head and you will go towards the direction of, I want to go home, I want to go home. I'm not in the right place where I can satisfy my hunger. I'm weak here. So we must have a conception of what is reality and what is progress. We shall have to understand what is imagination or hallucination and what is reality. So our intensity and attraction for the goal will increase step by step. It won't diminish. It will have to increase if we are following the proper line. We must have some conception of that new goal, and our energy towards the goal will increase. We can. In 1 month we can continue. Now, our Mother Sudha Maharaj will speak and will make the programs or arrange someone. To speak. And Harikatha is very important. Harikatha means kirtan. And hearing Harikatha means also kirtan. And chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra means kirtan. Reading means also kirtan. And when we chant together, it means what? Sankirtan. Sankirtan means hearing together, chanting together, holy name. This is different. We should always do kirtan. And one day Krishna will appear. Krishna will be here. And you will be so charmed that you will experience something you never experienced in this world. You have no idea. How beautiful, how sweet. What you sing, nobody can sing now. Empty. Jai Srila Siddhadev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Srila Gurudev Mittalila Vishtam Vishupal Paramahamsa Vigacharya Stodha Sast Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nittai Gaura Pramanandi Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitam Bhavane